Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Bliggs, joined by my special guest host, my boy Kyle Petty, part of the Strat Chat podcast. Kyle, welcome to your first Reality Guys. Happy to have you.
Thank you so much. Really happy to be here. Finally.
No, long overdue. Kyle and his co-hosts have been gracious enough to have me on their show. Looking forward to go back. We'll definitely make sure we plug all that at the end of the episode. As you can see in the title of the video, we're here to talk Claim to Fame. This is season 2, episode 2. Don't get chummy, you dummy. I love this show. Everyone knows here who's been following the channel for a little while knows that we were big proponents of season 1. Kyle, you are a new convert. I am proud to take the credit for getting you onto the show. So I'm going to let you jump on. What are your impressions of this episode and just the whole show, as you are now a newbie to it?
Yeah, I am a newbie to this. And I was like, now listen, I thought this was going to be trash because I am not on board with all your bachelorette nonsense, right? But this show, it truly is like top tier. The exit, I'm so happy you gave it the floor here because the exit from this Carly Hanks or whatever her actual last name is. Like, my God, like I thought the episode was over. And I swear to you, people who compete for real money that are not from celebrity families do not act like this. Like the way that she carried on, I thought the entire episode was over. And like, I have never, ever seen an exit like that, like in my life. And I was like, that's it. Like I'm in. And it was that episode that I used to grapple my mother in. I was like, Ma, you gotta watch this. I was like, this show. I was like, if for no other reason than for the final minute and a half, like you gotta get into it. This is a really, really fun concept, though. I don't think I've seen really like anything like this before. Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I mean you could say that there are slight inspirations with shows like The Mole, or say like The Traitors, where you are trying to guess who the bad guy is, that type of thing. But nothing, again, it's a pop culture show. It's lighthearted. Right. The idea of having the fourth Jonas brother that literally no one knew existed, like things like that. It's from the top, not taking itself too seriously. And what's really great about this season is that last season, actually, and I think it kind of made sense for the initial proof of concept, we actually knew who some people were from the beginning. Like they shared a few people so we could see who was like playing the game, right? And some people we didn't know if they were playing the game or being dumb. This season now they're just letting us all play the game all together, which I really appreciate. And I think it gets us all to be able to have a nice podcast like this every week to actually discuss gameplay. And
right, because that was going to be my next question. So how did you like that in season 1 then?
Well, we didn't know anything.
Who some people were?
We knew somewhere, and I think it made sense for some. And some people who you found out like got eliminated pretty quickly, but some who made it pretty far throughout. So I think I think this is better. I don't think it ruined that show. I mean, we loved it still, obviously. We had the audience really liked it. It's now, like I said, I think coming back for season 2. What's different, obviously, with season 2 is now a season of, I would say, you're gonna make a sports analogy, but there's like game tape now. Like people know how to play the game. You're seeing already, and we'll get into this now in episode 2. There's a lot more lying already happening that didn't happen last season. I want to start with Lady Jane. Lady Jane is the game player of the season, obviously, so far. She has got that combination of people confiding in her and just quickly going ahead and ratting people out. Obviously, Travis, who at the end of this episode, we do lose. The Neil deGrasse Tyson reveal was something we all kind of knew from week 1. It was probably the deGrasse. Yeah, it was we'll get to Gabriel about possibly getting the mix up, which would have been an all-time classic moment, which I wish kind of could have played out. But the lying that's going on already, saying that you had a clue, but some people trying to say, oh, here I got talking about what person it's about, or not giving the clue, or vice versa, giving mostly the clue, but about the other person, and to varying levels of success. So how do you feel about the gameplay aspect of it? How did you feel about even the clue tonight? I mean, that's a really, really tough one. Do you have any idea on it? Because I have nothing.
I have no idea. Like I saw all these little shirts. So I thought of like plain white tees.
I thought about
Maybe.
that. The band.
Yes, and like, didn't they also have that song like "Hey There, Delilah"? Is there maybe a Delilah in the family? I don't know. Question mark? Question mark. Um, Unless that's not who wrote that song, I'm probably gonna get checked in the comments. That's fine. So no, I don't know what that clue was.
Well, I see. Well, it starts with the dog, right? So I'll have it up on the screen for everybody when we have the edit out. So it's
Okay.
puppy with a heart. So I thought like puppy love. I think that's, but then there's a white t-shirt and then an N, then an eyeball. So like, could that be like nigh or is that C, like nicey? And then there's like a girl or like someone in a coat. And then it shows an exit. And then it's the white t-shirts.
How many white t-shirts are there though?
7.
And does it matter? It must matter.
It's got to matter. Well, because then there's another one in the other side, right after the puppy love. So,
right.
I wish we had Kevin on. I actually should send this to Kevin. While we're recording, I'm going to send this to Kevin. Kevin's really good at these, and I'm going to see if Kevin can get this.
Oh, is this like the Reality Guys version of Phone a Friend?
No, it is. It's 100% that. I'm going to go Kevin. I'm going to literally add him in our text and be like, at Kevin and see what he says. Please. If he gets it before we finish recording, I'll report it. Let us know in the comments, though. No spoilers as before. Remember, we don't look into the spoilers. I don't even really read your comments. Brian does, but he's away this week, so it probably will be me. I heard that the first week everyone did really good, and it was more like guesses. I know Brett was in there guessing people. Brett says Brett's roots. Brett can't take the commenter out of Brett. You know what I mean?
That's what he loves to do.
Do you like Jane?
I don't know enough about Jane to have a strong feeling for or against. Like, I had a negative reaction to her sharing some of Travis's stuff.
Ratted him right out.
Yeah, I didn't love that, but at the same time, that maybe that is the game. I need to know more about the game before I know how I feel about that gameplay, and to see how it really plays out for her. I mean, she's doing something right. Right? I mean, she wasn't actually selected as the guesser. That counts for something.
Yeah, what I think with her, and I think with this game, as I'm seeing now 2 weeks in, and they made a great point, is like Travis was just like an easy target, frankly. I don't even think, and I think the fact is, I think she might be overplaying herself early and with that grand betrayal to everyone, because most people already had a guess to who he was, and no one had a wrong guess. So for her to go kind of make that public betrayal, I think Chris thinks she's full of crap. I do think she may not be the under the radar player that she thinks she is, right? When she was talking about like what she had looked at or thought, they didn't believe her. So there's just, I think she's going to be more of a target quickly than I think she intended. So I don't think she has unless she starts winning some immunities quickly or really makes some deals with people, I don't see how she gets herself protected, frankly. Her only thing is that no one knows who she is, right? That's always your advantage in this game. If no one knows who the hell you are, you're kind of in a pretty good spot. You only ever have to know who one other person is. The only thing we found out about her today is that her claim to fame was born in 1946.
Which means absolutely nothing. I mean, like...
No, it's just that they're old. That's all.
Right.
I mean, so it's not a modern. I mean, again, I don't think anyone thought unless Jane was someone's. I'd love to see someone. There was no one last year who was someone's like mother or dad. Like that would be cool. Like if it was an older person whose younger person was famous, but
like a Dina Lohan.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like, you know what? I want to be like D level of famous enough that someone can go on like the like Australian version of claim to fame, be like, oh my God, I'm Billy Blinks' cousin. Like, you know, like something like that.
Right.
Like YouTube the Ocho.
Right? You know who she is.
YouTube the Ocho in Australia. It airs at like 2 a.m. once every 3 weeks. Like, I'll take it. That's my goals.
Right. I don't know what other parents could you really, I mean, maybe Ariana Grande's parents or something like that. Like that could be fun.
Yeah, you need to start going for like the child stars and find out who their parents are. I don't really know any Disney kids anymore, but like whoever those kids are right now, like some of their parents, maybe like some of these YouTube kids or whatever. some of their parents, as long as they're not grooming freaks, which apparently is like a thing now. Like, so but we try not to like, I always tell people, don't meet your heroes.
Oh my goodness, please don't.
Don't meet your heroes. Don't reach out to your heroes too often. Never. Be careful.
These streets are mean.
The streets are mean. I would hope people think they could trust me. I have some like Harry Potter books in the background, and there's some Legos. Like, I mean, hopefully that wouldn't come off creep alert, but you never know, right?
No, we got
you never know.
Glove thing in the back there. You got a lot of stuff going on.
Let's see.
Is that the Wreck-It Ralph building?
Wait, what?
Is that the Wreck-It Ralph building?
No, that's the Daily Bugle.
Damn.
Yeah, it's all within theme. It stays within theme. I'm working on more of the reality stuff. I do have a bunch of reality TV books that I'm like reading that are all like from like house. Yeah, books. Like yeah.
No, I know what a book is. The way you said it, yeah, books. So like, no, I do understand the concept of one.
No, I
just don't understand what people
know what books are, but like, yeah. So like ones that are like, there's a Bachelor one, there's a Housewives, a Challenge one, there's an Andy Cohen book, like that kind of stuff. So funny. Yeah, but as far as the other things in the thing, the challenge I thought was pretty fun. Actually, the makeup, wardrobe, and walk the carpet, mainly talking about the chum bucket. Shout out to Plankton.
Hey, Plankton.
Hey, Plankton. But it's all really, I mean, I think it was a little bit of an overreaction. We've seen a lot of these reality shows where you have to like eat the stuff and like lay in the stuff. Yeah. They literally just had to reach in and grab a trophy. A fish head is the worst thing. I mean, I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, but the whole thing, I have to say, the whole challenge was actually fun. I thought the whole like Lego concept on the red carpet was really, that was really, really fun. It was so silly and like right in line with what I perceive this show to be. You know, like we're not taking ourselves seriously. Nope. Like, and you're just putting random makeup on. Gabriel with all that freaking like just blue like eyeshadow, blush, whatever you want to call, whatever the hell that was. There was so much of it, I don't even know what it was. But like, I mean, the whole thing was hysterical. Like, I had a lot of fun watching this.
You're not allowed to say Lego on ABC because of the copyright. That was really, really funny. Like, I mean, this is probably getting copyright tagged as we speak. It's all good. You can have the dollars. Okay. Thank you, Lego. I'm a big Lego guy. I'm a supporter. They shouldn't do that to me. I buy.
We love it. Just leave us alone. We're just trying to
leave us alone on this one. Come on. We're big fans of the show here. Big fans of Legos as well. The Lego positive podcast.
Well, I mean, do you ever watch Lego Masters though?
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Stop. Lego Masters is so fun. I really was only watching because I have a crush on Will Arnett. But then I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, this show is actually pretty legit.
Did they cancel that show or is it still on?
Stop. Don't break my heart.
I'm asking. I don't know. I mean, it's something. I mean,
oh gosh, it's gonna hurt my feelings.
Nobody would watch a video about Lego Masters, but like I would watch my own video about Lego Masters.
Yeah, like I just no, it can't be canceled. This like,
I just didn't know. I know it. I've seen it, but I just don't know like what would it? What's it come on like Hulu or something like right?
That's where I found it. I found it on Hulu. I really found it because I was like watching some Australian stuff and I saw like Lego Masters Australia and I was like, wait a minute, excuse me,
Australia.
And I was like, all of a sudden we went internationals. Like we care about Lego like that. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then I saw Will Arnett was the host, and then forget it for me.
Two other things from the challenge I think are worth noting. One, we did get some other information about some of the other claims to fame. JR's was born in Georgia, which I think will start to come up if it is an athlete. People will probably start to piece it together, especially the guys there in the house. Gabriel's was born in San Diego. We also did hear earlier in the episode, Shane talks to that she actually went to Michael Jackson's house to Neverland.
Yes, apparently she went there once.
Do you think that's a true story?
I think it's possibly true. I will say that I did do some research. I now know who Shane is.
Ooh, all right. You know it's good. All right, don't say. You don't have to say.
No, I'm not gonna say.
It's funny. It's like it's too weird of a thing to make up, I think.
Right. And it's too like random because like Michael Jackson, while an icon, is not like exactly on the tip of everyone's tongue. So like for you to mention that that suggests to me that that's probably true.
And kind of unnecessary to share, frankly.
See, I wonder about that because, like, there were also a lot of comments that were made about how Shane is very secretive. She's just
Yeah.
writing her book. No one knows a lot about her. So maybe that was something that she said to, like, say, like, "Oh, I'm giving you guys something, but my something is also kind of nothing."
But I also think it does narrow. I mean, not a lot of people. I mean, that were famous. I think it's just going someone who interacted with Michael Jackson really attaches you to that family, and it starts to really narrow the focus. That no one really, you were mysterious, but now your person was famous enough for a level and timeline to go to Neverland before all the bad stuff started coming out, right? Like, I think if you have shrewd players, it can narrow it down. Again, a really interesting detail, though, which I thought was really cool to find out. Only other one that I didn't pick up, Shane, their claim to fame, born 1961. Nothing really too much, again, we can garner from that, but that is all the information that we currently have. Monet, like I said, Monet picked Chris's clue, really tough. We've already reviewed that. So again, let us know in the comments what you think of it. Gabriel chose Travis, even though Travis did do a Hail Mary and straight up told Gabriel about Shane's ID. Chris eavesdropped and heard it. The yes were really funny. So we know who Shane is.
We do. I think that Travis needs to learn. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter now.
No,
But like, be quiet, man. Like, be quiet. It was so crazy, like, to watch this. It's like, have you never watched any of these shows at all? Like, like, it doesn't matter if you knew the claim to fame or not. Any of these reality TV shows, if you have any information, like, that is the only agency that you have in any game that you play anywhere, right? So, like, be quiet. Like, keep it as, like, if you're not going to keep it a secret, at least don't be so loud. Like, this man, Chris, was standing around the corner, right, with his notebook and pen in hand, which almost suggests to me because, like, listen, Chris is a slender fellow, right? It's not like he's walking around with this notebook and pen, like, just on his person.
No, he's an eavesdropper.
Like, you were talking so loud for so long that this man scurried into his room, got his book, scurried back, and was able to take notes.
Chris is a little bit skeevy, though. He's like a hide around the corner. He's like a little finger type dude. He's like hiding and like.
I agree. I agree. Do you think that he just walks around with his notebook on him?
Yeah, he's carrying like his handy dandy notebook, like he's Steve from Blue's Clues. A clue. Like he's creeping on people's conversations. We're getting pointed by the producers to go run into the room and hear it, which again, good for them if they're pulling it off. Yeah, I think really that's my main points that I had to cover. I do think that the gameplay this season is getting underway way faster. Jane, really a game player. It seems like Chris is a pretty active game player. Gabriel, now knowing who Shane is amazing insurance. If he just keeps it to himself, frankly, he doesn't have to worry about getting sent to be the guesser. As long as she's still in the game, he's got her dead to rights. So it's a great position to be in, frankly.
I agree. I also like Gabriel, what he's just giving us entertainment wise. I feel like Gabriel is giving us what Marshawn Lynch on Stars on Mars thinks he's giving us. Because Gabriel is actually very entertaining and like very, very fun. I'm starting to now question how long Jane is for this world. A lot of people are making comments about how motherly she is and blah, 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 blah. But like,
no,
I don't know. I don't
know.
I think
she's a killer, dude. She's a straight killer.
Yeah, because it was the divulging of Travis's information that I think actually like is a hindrance. That's something that like maybe could have worked in her favor if she did it a little longer or a little like or held it longer, save it for a little later. Yeah, I think it's going to work against her.
Me too. or for he'll do that kind of thing sometime later in the game for someone who other people don't already know who it is, because most people, I think, we're going to land on him regardless. So really interesting. Like it's a show 100% look forward to. It's appointment TV on Monday nights for me. And super excited. Before we jump off though, Kyle, I want you to plug the podcast, what you have going on, what you're going to be covering this summer.
Oh man, like listen, we're essentially a Big Brother podcast at heart, right? Like that's really what we do. It's like Thursdays at 9:30, we're always live. In the off season now, because we got pushed back, so we don't really know what to do with ourselves. Big Brother usually starts beginning of July. We got pushed back to August, so we don't really know what to do. So we're just talking about random stuff. We picked up Temptation Island mainly because you endorsed it.
For sure.
And like, I don't know, man. Temptation Island's a bit of a mess. But like we're having a good time talking about that. But yeah, we have Jacob from the Mole coming back to hang out. That's on Wednesday.
Very cool.
Yeah, we have a good time. We're live, just have a drink and just come sit and have a chat. That's all we do.
I'll throw your link that's at all your stuff, like your socials. Well, everything's usually at Strat Chat Podcast, right? Or at Strat Chat Pod.
Yeah, at Strat Chat Pod. That's cool. Us.
Dope.
Yeah, man.
Dope. I'm going to look forward. I'm going to hop onto an episode in the next few weeks for sure. We're looking forward to hearing your Big Brother takes. I think, like I said, we're going to try to cover it on the Reality Guys for the first time. We'll probably do a combination of YouTube videos and our TikTok coverage, like Brian and myself do for certain shows that, get really good interaction, honestly. So it's a nice combination. Maybe we'll even try some lives, like Big Brother, because there's so many damn episodes and stuff. We're going to try to experiment a little bit with it, but definitely lean on you guys who know your stuff. And
yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff going on in our world. Definitely some Twitter spaces and stuff like that. It's a lot of really fun opportunities.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, that would be fun. I actually really had never even done that, so we'll totally jump in and do that with you guys. So make sure you follow them on everything. They're awesome people. The three hosts, including Kyle, great people. But yeah, like I said, plenty of interaction coming in the future. We have different stuff this week, even though it is 4th of July. Brian is on vacation, so I will be on most of the videos, either solo or with some of the other guys, maybe Brett, maybe Kevin later on the week, possibly. But I will do a review of the second week of The Bachelorette. I will have the Below Deck Sailing Yacht season finale review on TikTok tomorrow. Also, look out this week for Temptation Island, The Big D, The Ultimate Fighter, and I will be doing a review of Alone. More than likely alone, probably walking in the woods. So look out for that. Have everyone watching this, if it's already past the 4th, I hope you had an awesome and safe holiday. If you are watching it tonight, have a great time tomorrow. And until the next video, for myself and Kyle, thank you.
Thank you.